criteria, years that shape history. And then there are years that break it. Year 536 wasn't loud. It didn't arrive with explosions or armies marching across continents. It arrived quietly, like a system failing in the background. Imagine waking up one morning and the sun feels wrong. Not gone, just weaker, dimmer, as if someone turned down the brightness on the world. Days pass, weeks pass, and it doesn't get better. Crops stop growing the way they should. Seasons lose their rhythm. People don't panic at first because humans are very good at denial. We tell ourselves it's temporary, that tomorrow will fix it. But tomorrow doesn't come the way it used to. In this fictional world of 536, food becomes uncertainty, certainty becomes rare, and fear becomes the most contagious thing on earth. For what makes this year the worst isn't just the darkness, it's the confusion. When systems fail, people don't immediately collapse. They hesitate. They wait for instructions that never arrive. Leadership struggles to explain something it doesn't understand. Old beliefs stop working. New explanations don't exist yet. And in that gap between what was and what might be, human psychology is tested. Some people cling harder to the past. Others start questioning everything. This is where the real story begins. Because survival isn't just about food or shelter, it's about mindset. In year 536, the smartest people aren't the strongest. They're the ones who adapt fastest. The ones who stop asking, when will things go back to normal? And start asking, what does normal look like now? Families reorganize. Communities shrink or merge. Innovation doesn't look like progress, it looks like improvisation. Small decisions suddenly matter more than grand plans. A shared meal becomes strategy. A clear thought becomes leadership. Hope becomes a resource. And here's the uncomfortable truth this fictional year reveals. The world doesn't end all at once. It degrades, quietly. System by system. Oh, most people don't notice the collapse when it starts. They notice it when their assumptions stop working. Year 536 forces humanity to confront a brutal idea that nature doesn't care about timelines, empires, or expectations. But it also reveals something else. Even in prolonged darkness, people don't just survive. They observe, they adjust, they learn, validate. Out of necessity, new ways of thinking emerge. Less waste, less ego, more awareness. Progress slows, but intelligence deepens. And eventually, the light does return. Not suddenly, not dramatically. Just enough to remind people that resilience isn't loud either. The lesson of year 536 isn't about fear. It's about preparation, about flexibility, about understanding that the future doesn't break us. Our rigidity does. This fictional story isn't about the past. It's about now. Because every generation faces its own version of a dim sun. And the question is never whether darkness comes. The question is how we think while we're inside it. If you found yourself alive in a year like 536, what would you change first? The world around you, or the way you see it? And that might be the most important survival skill of all.